Sanzone. I'm your tourism director for the Sebastian Blvd Chamber of Commerce here at 700 Main Street in Sebastian, and sitting with me today from E Powe Bike Shop, Bobby Swan. Bobby, nice to have you.
Thanks for having me here.
So a little housekeeping. We got a couple things coming up. New visitor guides are coming in today apparently. And you helped us actually kind of redesign some of the map ideas you mentioned with some comments. We love working with our members to kind of keep things fresh. And you saw in the back the way that we organize that. So there'll be a little change to that. So keep an eye out in the back where you can see the bicycle.
Yeah, refreshing.
Yeah. And then next we have our gala event, which will be at the Polish American Club on September 14th. We already have some sponsors for a good portion of it. We got Robin Reif, and we have Mel Fishers, we have Natal Denali and Associates, Napier and Rowland, the marketing branch, I Think Financial, and the Fellsmere Frog Festival as our event sponsors. Our presenting sponsors are the City of Sebastian and Spirit Sebastian, and our media sponsor is Sebastian Daily. So we already got some sponsors for that. It looks like it's going to be a good event. Hope you can make it.
Absolutely.
I'll be dressed in full suit and top hat.
Nice.
Hopefully, if we get enough sponsors and everything goes well, I'll be hanging out and kind of helping to run the casino table. If we get funding and everything right with the food and the tickets, we got to sell tickets, so go out there and buy some tickets.
Go buy some
Otherwise,
tickets.
we don't have an event. And we should have, hopefully, a craps roulette. We'll have champagne toast and all kinds of 20s themes since it's the 20s gala.
That's fun.
So that'll be a lot of fun, and that's coming up soon. And then I also got your cards here. We have them stacked in the visitor center, so that's nice. But today, for the interview for our tourism newsletter, our Visit SRA tourism newsletter, which has been a lot of fun. I've gotten to kind of play with that interview process a little bit, and this is our first time doing this. So again, thank you so much
You're welcome.
for being brave and jumping in. We're going to jump in with some questions.
Sure.
And first one is just tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind E Powe bikes.
So, I mean, I've always been a cycling advocate, dirt bikes, bicycles, anything on two wheels. I could get scooters, didn't matter, growing up. So it's kind of been a passion of mine.
What was your first bike?
First bike.
Remember, was it a mongoose or something?
It would have been, the first probably memorable bike would have been a mongoose, because those were the
with
days.
the pegs on
with
the
the
back.
pegs, you load your buddies or your girl up and you're, cruising
Handlebars,
the streets.
pegs.
It's freedom, cycling. I've always kind of associated cycling with freedom, and it's always like enabled people to kind of get out and about.
As a kid, as an adult.
And really that was the biggest thing to get me into is the e-bike stuff was really helped my family to get more out with the cycling stuff. So naturally, me loving it, I was like, well, this is great.
For health, wellness.
Yeah, all of it, especially mental health, it just brings a lot of comfort to people that they don't realize, once they get cycling, it's really therapeutic in a way.
There is something about that, even when you're either walking or running or going on a hike or something, the feeling of moving through space on a bike, getting to see beautiful vistas, it is something really special. And in Sebastian, pretty beautiful place to do it too.
It's the best. I mean, this is, for cycling, this is it. I mean, you have all aspects of cycling just kind of crunched together.
So you got the river road, you
got the river road, you can cruise around the shops and eat and drink and whatnot.
Fellsmere trails.
You can go to Fellsmere to go to the preserve and go out, and they have the rails to trails trail that they have there that's paved, so it's really nice for
we kind of talked about that in the future. I think Fellsmere's going to do something.
Well, they've already started. They paved another portion of it, so I believe they're just going to keep building on that.
Maybe we do ribbon cutting with them and have you out there. That could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think you're going to mention across the water as well.
Yeah, Jungle Trail, on the beach side. So that's always fun. I mean, you can miles and miles of canopy trail, through the wilderness of Florida. It's
oak trees over top.
Yeah.
So for you, starting it, where were you when you started it? Where were you located at that time?
So we originally were in Melbourne. I was actually still working for a company, the gas company, and just kind of, like I said, I'd seen how enabling electric bikes could be, and I just got really excited about it, and bought a bunch of bikes and decided to do rentals and sales. And we did weekend shows and just kind of had a warehouse where we'd do our operations. And when it came time to, all right, let's have a storefront, because the whole idea, I mean, we want it to be a community kind of thing. It's like we want everybody to come in and enjoy this. Like, we love to share that, love to see people like enjoy that. So we're like, you know, Melbourne's a little busy, you know, especially for cycling. So naturally, when we came to Sebastian, it was a no-brainer. I mean, all your roads are a little slower paced here. The traffic's slower paced.
Designed to run in more you know, aesthetic way.
Yeah, it's just very fitting for cyclists in general.
So you went out and bought bikes.
I went and bought bikes.
I just did it. It's very entrepreneurial American spirit.
Yeah.
And where are you from originally?
Okeechobee,
Okeechobee,
Florida. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Mountain sticks.
Yeah, a lot of places to ride out there. Cool. And your wife was with you too in this journey?
Oh yeah. She's right there with us the whole time. You know.
So when you brought this idea to her, you said, "Hey, I want to do this thing."
She knows I'm, you know, always just
got ideas,
and I'm just ambitious and just always moving, and she supports it 100%. You know,
I couldn't do it without her.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without her. She's amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, it took off. You know, naturally. I mean,
literally like a bike.
Yeah, literally. But no, it's been good.
And then how did the transition go from, I imagine, you know, when you started, it wasn't always E Powe, right? It was a lot of manpower, a lot of personal power.
Oh, yeah.
Just the old, you know, 10-speed gears and beach cruisers.
Yeah, I mean, naturally, that's, you know, cycling, that's kind of where it all begins, you know.
And then you watched E-powered bikes kind of come into the, you know, the space.
Yeah, and it's come so heavily now that it's, you know, when you go to buy a new bike, you're like, well, do I drop this money on a new bike, or do I get one with a little assist on it? Because it's one of those things. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You know?
I think that's
and they've got the bike so dialed in now to where it feels just natural. Even if you turn the electric system off and you just ride your bike, you can still just ride the bike.
We got to do that at your ribbon cutting. It was amazing.
Yeah,
I mean I'm saving up money right now for my Christmas present. Absolutely.
I mean, it really is a great way just to get around any town, you know, any vacationing. You know, it's awesome to go explore on your vacation. You can get around, not have to worry about parking, not have to fight traffic. You get to see more. You know, it's just it's a really good experience.
And in Florida, you know, we have those really beautiful February, March, Aprils,
right?
That are, I mean, you want to spend your time on the weekends out there.
Yeah, you better be outside.
Well, perfect. That's a great inspiration. So the inspiration was that you wanted to share this love of biking with people in a way that you couldn't help it. You bought bikes and went out there.
Yeah,
that's really.
I mean, I can remember buying my first e-bike. I've always went on bike rides with my wife and with the family, and naturally, me being the cyclist, like I'm going farther. Like she's always playing catch up with me, and it's annoying, right? If your partner's kind of just always
way ahead.
Yeah.
So now you can keep pace too.
Well, exactly. So I got the e-bike. I'm like, this is perfect because now she can whatever. Well, she got the e-bike, and now she's we're 30 miles in on a ride. I'm dead, and she's just, hey, come on.
Well, then you can just crank up the e-power.
Yeah. So
make sure you get back home safe.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, naturally, I got one too, and then. Now we do our rides. We're on totally different fitness levels, but we're riding side by side.
That's really cool.
And just
question number 2. There we go.
Cheers.
All right, we have number 2. What was the journey like from concept to opening your business here in Sebastian? So we talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, we kind of already got into that. For me, it was for a small town guy like me. It was kind of like coming home. You know, from a busy area like Melbourne to dialing it in and being like, okay. Sebastian's really more kind of where we need to be.
Okeechobee.
Melbourne, exactly. Kind of like small town kind of feel. It was just natural. It felt really good, and thankfully, you know, the community's welcomed us with open arms. You know, it's been.
I've been here for 9-10 months now, and I feel the same way.
Yeah.
You know, coming from Melbourne.
Yeah.
It's just really a nice feeling in Sebastian where everybody is taking their time, concerned with each other, more personable than I've experienced. I mean, we just had grill out night. 700 people.
Right.
You know, like it was crazy. I mean, the city shows up. So like we did our ribbon cutting with you guys.
Yeah.
We had a decent turnout. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So now that you're up and running, so you had the concept. you opened your business, and how's it been going? You know, tell me how. I mean, have you been getting some traffic on that road?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, Sebastian's welcomed us with open arms. I think it's a void that's been here a little too long. I think people have kind of been waiting for a bike shop for a while, especially in maintenance and just your standard, you know, parts and accessories stuff. Just somewhere to come. You know, it's great. Yeah.
Let's talk about that, the maintenance aspect of it, because you guys do more than just sell bikes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know, you're experts.
Yeah.
You really are.
Professionals,
I've sat and chatted with you before a little bit, and you talk to the person and you ask them what they're trying to get out of it, and you find the right bike that fits what they want.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be an e-power bike for everybody.
Exactly, yeah.
It might be a regular bike, it might be a golf cart. You got both, right?
Yeah,
you guys sell golf carts there too, yeah?
Yeah.
And then maintenance. So you maintenance all the bikes.
Yeah.
You maintenance the regular bikes, the e-power bikes.
Yeah, standard. All disciplines of cycling, whether it's gravel, road, mountain bike, cruisers, whatever it trikes, you know.
I love beach cruiser.
Yeah, don't we all? You know, just a good beach cruiser, you know. But yeah, all those different bikes, and of course, we specialize in electric. I mean, that's kind of our forte.
Yeah.
We've been through all the buildup of traditional bikes to where we are today, so we still have all that other knowledge.
Yeah.
And in all reality, I mean, all your parts that are on electric bikes are still bicycle components. Yeah, they're the same components.
It's just powered by that battery.
Exactly. It's just you have an assist there if you need it.
How long does that battery typically last?
I would say on average, probably 50 miles on a charge.
On a charge. Okay, lifetime of the battery.
Life expectancy is about 5 years. I've seen them go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a matter of how you take
EV
care
car. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's the same technology, you know.
So you know, number 3 on my list is what sets E-Powe apart from other bike shops in the area. There really aren't other bike shops in the area.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, what separates us even farther than that from bike shops in Florida?
Okay, there we go. Let's do that.
Because again, our forte is electric bikes, so we have committed ourselves to being, you know, top tier service on understanding and being a hub where people can come to gather information either about what they have, about a new purchase, about servicing or doing performance stuff to their bike. You know,
so I could get the bike and then maybe I want to add some aftermarket stuff.
Yeah, we love that. Yeah, we love customizing bikes.
What about a surfboard?
Surf racks, we've done that.
Yeah, cool.
Fishing pole holders, gun racks for guys that
if you're gonna hunt.
Yeah, we've kind of covered all our bases there. You know, people with disabilities, you know, getting them back on a bike and outfitting the bike to make them comfortable. You know, because there's certain things that you know obviously make people, you know, not as comfortable with a bike that they get out of the box, so they've got to do certain things to that bike.
When I was a kid, you know, they gave me the little extra wheels on the side.
Training wheels.
Do they ever do that for?
They have training wheels for adults now.
That could be helpful for some folks.
100%. Yeah, I mean, like we talked about before. I mean, this is something it's a sense of freedom for people. So when they lose that, and then all of a sudden 20 years later they get that back, the joy that you see is unsurmountable.
Yeah,
I mean, it's through the roof.
It's very empowering.
Yeah, it is.
E-Power. Let's see, number 4. Let's share more about the range of bikes. We talked a little about the range of bikes and products you offer.
Yeah.
I mean, you even have the old squeaky horn. In your shop.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of fun stuff in there. Helmets, safety
locks,
gear, locks.
You know, bags, panniers,
saddlebags
tubes,
too. I think for the E-Power bikes, you can do
child
saddlebags.
seats. You know, all that good stuff. Yeah. Everything, you know, cycling to get you out there, you know, you can pretty much find at our shop, or we'll find it for you.
We're answering all the questions before we get there. I love it. So that talks about the innovations that makes it unique.
Yeah. And I would go back on that. I would go back to, you know, the pedal assist. So these bikes have been designed and engineered to be an assist. They're not so much so to be it's not meant to be a moped.
It's not a motorcycle.
You'll find people riding them, you know, on that gray area, but that bike is engineered to help you, and that's, you know, that's all of the engineer's goals, to make that feel the most natural for you. Although it is an e-bike, you should feel like, I'm just kind of on my bike ride, and I've got maybe just, you know, just
even when we tested them out at your shop, I felt that. You know, I felt the acceleration takeoff got me going, and then I found this nice pedal assist, as
Right.
you call it, where, okay, I'm doing the work, but I'm not overexerting myself
Right.
to the point that, you know, if you want it to be a workout,
Yeah.
it could be a workout.
Yeah.
But if you want it to be relaxing and enjoyable, you can do that too. Let's go with the next one. Is we talked about customizations. That was good. Now this community, you know, we kind of talked a little bit about it. How have you kind of, you know, when you set up shop, how have you kind of adjusted because of the community? Like you said, the fishing pole rack, you know, addition or something like that, because it is a big fishing community.
Yeah. I mean, lots of trikes.
Lots of trikes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're really popular here. So we've adjusted and expanded our lineup to accommodate, you know, those kind of bikes, and we've kind of done that from the get-go. You know, if there's a specific need that a customer has that we don't have a fit for, we'll go find that.
Awesome.
We'll source all the companies that are out there, all of our options. We'll look at the quality of the product, the support after the sale of that product, you know, where these manufacturers and where the warehouses are located, things like that. And we'll find the best product and we'll bring it in, and that's kind of how we've built our entire fleet. I mean, we're over 10 different brands of product. Of bicycles.
Everything
electric
from
bicycles.
American made to anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one, because a lot of companies will claim American made,
but it's
just a word play, I would call it. You know, because ultimately, all transparency, because that's what E Powe likes, is these bikes are Chinese. They're Chinese parts being assembled in China. You know, the only other side of that is going to be Taiwanese bikes. So they're coming out of one of two places. Whether the company does something to the bike when it gets here is very unlikely.
But you're looking at all of that to find the best products for these adjustments for those bikes.
Exactly.
It's interesting. It's a new technology, really. I mean, it's
kind of old.
It's old in some ways.
It's been around a long time, and it's I don't know. You know, I don't know what really kicked it off, but whatever did, it's picking up steam fast.
Which is
I think
great.
people are just figuring out just how helpful they can be in everyday life.
I know our chamber president, our CEO Cheryl's been talking about getting one.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. Like once you ride it, you can't stop thinking about it. You're just kind of like, man, you get in a situation like, man, I wish I had an e-bike right now.
Oh man, especially where I live, I could go around one of the parks. And just do laps. Let's see. Eco-friendly, So you know, it's a big role promoting eco-friendly transportation. You're reducing traffic on the roads for a lot of folks that might want to get from A to B. You know, if I wanted to go down to the beach or the park or something, you can totally do that.
I mean, we have people commuting to work now on their e-bikes.
Yeah, you're not breaking the sweat so much.
No,
that's
not
nice.
at all. Not at all. Like you said, unless you want to,
Unless you want
have
to.
that option.
Maybe on the way home.
Yeah, there you go.
e-power it on the way there,
and then you get your workout on the way back.
Local events and partnerships that you're particularly proud of. I know we were kind of talking about a few options in the future.
Yeah, we're actually got some stuff in the works. So
nice.
Keep a lookout.
And you guys have a functional website where people can go visit and keep up for updates.
We're on social media: Facebook, Instagram.
What's your handle?
E Powe Bike Shop, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah. On there we'll have all of our updates. We will be implementing a monthly ride day here in the near future. We're probably looking at, I believe, September sometime. Will probably be our first one, probably when it cools off just a little bit. And
So this is kind of fun that this happens organically in conversation. We have a FAM tour, familiarization tour. As the new tourism directors, one of those things, they're like, hey, this is a thing you're supposed to do. And it's a way to familiarize new business owners or business owners in other areas with the businesses in different, portions of the Sebastian River area, Chamber of Commerce. So we have north, central, south, and we span a decent, chunk of Indian River County, even parts of Brevard County. And on September 24th, I think, we're going to be taking some folks around. So maybe we could stop by. We'll have like 12 folks in a van, different business owners from different areas, and maybe we could stop by and kind of give them a little ride around if you're around for that.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Bobby. Let's see. We also have promotions. So we talked a little bit about that. So tell us about some of the promotions maybe going on seasonally.
Yeah, so I mean, right now is a really good time if you're in the market for an e-bike. We have sales on brand new bikes up to 30% off right now.
Wow.
Yeah, we're actually expanding.
Yeah.
We're renovating the bay right next to us, so we'll be doubling the size of our showroom.
Tell the people at home where you're at.
We're at 137 Sebastian Blvd here in Sebastian, Florida.
Mm-hmm. Make sure that you go around, because it's
Yeah,
a one-way
it's a
road
little
coming in.
It's a one-way street.
But if you come around the other way from
yeah.
the west, you can.
Google Maps is amazing.
And you're right next to our other friends at Treasure Coast Fitness.
Yeah.
CrossFit. CrossFit. Thank you.
Yeah.
The TC
CrossFit
Fit
now. Yeah, I think they are.
Under Daniel.
Yeah. He's doing an awesome job.
And I mean, it really kind of works well together. You go get your CrossFit
100%,
exercise, and then they could ride their bike to and from.
Yeah, we are
the
one
workout.
healthy block.
Yeah. And you're expanding.
Yeah, we are.
30% off.
30% off. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long is that sale going to last?
So that's going to go till, let's see, let me look.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I mean, I really am thinking about it, and I imagine credit card.
So that's going to
card.
be through the to the 24th of August will be the end of that sale.
24th of August. Okay, so to the end of the month.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we'll put something up on our Facebook,
Yeah.
and we'll make sure that people know about that as well. Because unfortunately, this will be out maybe on the 20th. So maybe people will just have a couple of days.
You know what?
If they're really gonna. If you mention this ad,
for sake of this, you mentioned that we're going to run it for August. How about we'll just run it
there
for
we
the
go.
rest of August?
There we go. Cheers. I like it. All right, so we'll run it for August, and we'll have 30% off.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I got to make room.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I might have to do that because I've been thinking about maybe a one wheel, but this is just the same thing.
Yeah, we're definitely.
But this is like
we're in talks with one wheel.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked a little about the promotion. That's a good piece of information I didn't know. And then when you walk into the store, what can people expect when they walk in, other than warm welcome?
Well, at first you're going to be welcomed and possibly licked by our furry staff.
You do have a furry
furry
welcome.
Staff. Yeah. But other than
what's your dog's name?
We have Phill and Duke. Phil's a Basset Hound, and Duke is a Boston Terrier Chihuahua mix. Cool little dogs, but super friendly. They'll greet you first, but then of course, it's a warm welcome place. No, like we mentioned before, it's no pressure. We're just, if you're just there to check the place
just to
out,
look at it.
Yeah, just to see.
The bay
what's
doors
going
usually
on.
open. You guys put a tent out front.
Yeah, we have tent bikes outside for you to test ride and check out, touch and feel. A lot of people do their shopping online nowadays, so it's a good opportunity for people to kind of touch and feel the stuff they've been reading and looking about, and also, have someone to talk to about the things that they've been looking at.
Take it for a test drive.
Yeah. So
awesome. I mean, that's something that I feel is really important with brick and mortar businesses, is having that forward-facing community experience of coming in and actually getting to test it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they are all different. I've gotten to ride a few different ones at different events that we've had, and they really are different.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's funny because we have people that you do a lot of online. I mean, naturally everyone does. When
Shop
you go to buy
online.
something, you shop, you go and doing all your research. You kind of get overloaded with information. So we'll have people come in and they're like this.
They know what they want.
Set, they know what they want, and naturally we have to be like, okay, well, we know you want this, but let's just test it out. We have all these other bikes here. Just point and shoot.
It'll still be there.
Try
the one you want will still be there.
And by the end of it, they don't want that bike anymore. Because you don't really know until you get on the bike. You feel what the geometry is. You see if it fits your body style. We have, some of us are tall, some of us are short, some of us are
long legs, torsos.
There's all different
sizes.
geometries of people. So it's not a one bike fits all, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we're there to help you find that one bike that fits you.
And I will say, I was looking at one, and I think you sold out of it. I came back the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's gone already. But it'll come back in stock.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
What are the goals for E Powe bikes? You're already expanding. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great.
I mean, like I said before, our goals are to just create, a community of people that are, all aspects of cycling can
Mhm.
come and appreciate that. You know?
So maybe more of these bike rides.
Yeah, all kinds of different bike rides.
I mean, the cooler months, probably a little bit more traction.
Yeah.
If you want to do a Christmas one with us, maybe we could talk about doing, because I know Light Up Night is a big event that we do.
Yeah.
And I think that could be a really fun way for people to see a lot of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Is we maybe do a combo with you guys and E Powe and ride all the, like, get all of the spots.
Yeah.
And if you did that on a bike, get some raffle prize or something. We could
for
probably
sure.
do.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just ways for people to kind of get out there. And then I think, concert in the park series, when we do those, maybe if people ride their bikes in,
Yeah.
they get something, they get an extra raffle ticket or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to promote that kind of eco-friendly.
Yeah.
And I like to promote the physical exercise aspect of it too, which is just so nice. That, I know that as I've gotten older, I don't exercise as much as I used to, so it's good to find an excuse to do it.
Yeah, and there's you have people that have this kind of mindset of, I want to still bike. I don't want the e-bike. I want to still be able to bike.
Yeah.
But it's they've done research now. And they've actually found out that people are getting more exercise on their e-bikes naturally because you're always going farther. Your bike rides,
you bike more.
You're biking more often, farther. So all that equates to,
I guess you're only just reducing your impact on yourself because you're just getting that little bit of assistance.
Yeah.
Which is nice. A little bit about the industry. Is there any insight that you might be able to share with us about what's happening in there? Battery life getting a little longer, maybe? I don't know. I mean, they've kind of tapped some of the potential in some of these technologies to the point where they're not improving as much as they used to.
Yeah. So there's still improvements being made.
Cool.
Definitely with things like water resistance, different features on the bikes. You see companies starting to play around with. A new one right now is belt technology, belt drive. So not having a chain and actually having a drive belt.
Sure.
That's new to the
That's
industry.
new.
You're starting to see more of that come along.
Easier to work on
Yeah.
from your mechanical side of things, or
Yeah. I mean, it's cleaner. There's not grease and oil and stuff on your drivetrain.
Yeah.
So it keeps that dry. For your residents that are beachside, it's easier on their pocket. Because you don't rust up as many chains and sprockets and whatnot.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Cassettes and all the stuff that comes with riding on the beach. You avoid some of that for sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Just two more for you. What's been the most rewarding part about running this new business and being here in Sebastian? I mean, we talked a lot about the people and the physical health aspects of it. There's so much that you've done.
I mean, you said it. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, all of those things. Whether it be from the fitness to enabling people that's probably, I would say, is up there the most. Having somebody that hasn't been able to ride in a long time, whether it be 5 years, 20 years sometimes, and then seeing that person be able to have that freedom again there's no high that above that. That's kind of ultimate for me. So
cool. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And then lastly, any advice to aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself?
Yeah.
Like myself, I started a new business recently, and it's really difficult. So my hat off to you to keep going and to
that's kind of it. I'd say just plant the first seed and take the first step, and don't look back. Just
buy those bikes. Go for that business.
Yeah, just go for it.
Wow.
You got to plant that seed. That's usually that first step is the hardest, but once you get that one down, the rest of them kind of just fall. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Well, Bobby, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Nice talking with you, and I think actually I'm gonna bring you one of my bikes that I have at my house. It's been sitting outside in the the carport.
Yeah, we could definitely.
It needs a new chain. It needs the grips are completely, I think, just duct tape at this point.
Oh no!
So they need to be refurbished.
Definitely give you a safety inspection on that one.
Thank you. What about if you had a bike, let's say, can you convert a bike to an e-Powe bike?
You can. Yes, it's possible.
Yeah.
We don't advise it.
Don't advise it.
No, I mean,
if you got a bike, it's beach cruiser.
At this point in the industry,
you're better to buy.
Yeah, you're better off. Let's keep electric bikes electric, standard bikes standard.
Okay.
And it's kind of just better that way.
Yeah.
because by the
It's
time you
designed
end
for
up
that.
spending the money on a safe system, on a UL certified or
Mhm.
rated system, you're going to be knocking on the door of the cost of an e-bike. So you're kind of, like I said, you're better off just keeping that acoustic bike, we call it.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That way,
The
your
analog.
electric bike,
Yeah. All right.
staying in
That's
that
good
way.
insight.
Yeah.
Because people at home might be thinking, oh, I could probably build this or
Yeah.
retrofit that,
Right.
but if you're gonna get a professional, engineered,
Yeah.
high quality bike, you might as well go with one that's
And it all
built for
goes
that
back,
purpose.
right, it all goes back to what we were talking about with these bikes being meant to assist you, not so much drive you.
Mhm.
This is an assist. This is meant to just help you out. Whereas a lot of those systems seem to be. The bike wasn't designed for that in the first
Yeah.
place. So you're putting something on there that wasn't designed for it. So
Safety
you're asking
factor.
it to do things it wasn't designed to do.
Yeah.
So stress points on the frame. We've seen frames crack because being overloaded.
Ah.
Brake systems aren't designed for the higher speeds that you're going. So all those kinds of things, it kind of just like,
So it's safer.
it's 100% safer. Yeah. All the way around. Yeah.
I learned something today. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to our conversation here as part of our tourism newsletter from Visit SRA and Sebastian Blvd Chamber of Commerce. Again, I'm Nicholas Sanzone, your tourism director, saying thanks for tuning in.
Bobby
Swan, thank you so
yeah.
much. And we'll see you next time right here in the Chamber of Commerce at 700 Main Street. Until then, take care. There you go. Nicely done, man. That was great. That was tons of fun. I really enjoyed that. All right, so we're here with Bobby Swan out checking out one of his bikes. And this is a great way to check out the Mural Trail here in Sebastian. We have our Mural Trail program as part of the Chamber of Commerce Mural Trail program right here. So as you can hear, we're on US 1, 700 Main Street. That's where our mural is. You go visit Bobby just down the street at E Powe Bikes. And you can start there and check out all 9 of our murals on our mural trail by using one of his E Powe bikes to have a really relaxing and enjoyable ride.
That's right.
Now, Bobby, if you don't mind, I'm going to take this one for a spin.
I like it.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time. Woo.